Yep.
Knee-deep in winter in Minnesota, I'm already thinking about the camping season this summer. Last year, we took our relatively new travel trailer, Miranda and I and the kids, and really enjoyed an awesome trip out west. Explored Yellowstone. I got to see a little bit of family in a safe way during this kind of crazy time by leveraging our fully self-contained RV. So last year, we wanted to get off-grid a little bit, and so we bought a solar panel right away at the beginning of the camping season as we were getting ready to get out west. And so we bought a solar panel from a company called Gopower. It worked really well for us. We were able to use it outside, just plug it into the side of our rig. So we have a camper that's got a plug just on the side of it, and so we were able to use that to charge our batteries in order to just power the 12-volt accessories that were in our camper. And so that worked really well. The one challenge we did have, we didn't quite have enough battery capacity. Even with two 12-volt, 100 amp hour batteries, they were wet cell batteries, and they just didn't give us quite the capacity we needed. So clearly we needed to size the system a little bit differently. So with that in mind, this year we decided, hey, let's size a system that's a bit more robust, will let us camp off-grid for longer and give us some better options on how we camp, not just RV parks, but BLM, Bureau of Land Management land, free land that you can camp on. That's public land, lots of options. And so this year we got a chance to partner with Gopower. So I'm super excited about this partnership. And with that, we leveraged some of their sizing tools and education tools to figure out what size system would work for the way that we camp. They have a wide variety of systems available. And so we chose a system that would give us the ability to have more battery capacity, leveraging lithium batteries, which are fantastic, more solar panel capacity in terms of solar energy we can harness from the sun, from the rooftop of our RV, and still hang on to our portable panel if we were to camp somewhere with trees or something like that. As well as an inverter that would give us a chance to run some of our AC appliances, which we couldn't do last year. This will let us run our microwave and our television. Not the air conditioning, but it can run a lot to make it feel almost like we're at an RV park. So really excited about this partnership this year. So we chose the Solar Elite Kit from Gopower, and I'll put a picture of it here up on the screen. It's 380 watts of solar up on the roof, with two 190 watt panels. It includes a 2,000 watt inverter charger, which is a really cool piece of technology that incorporates an inverter, takes that 12 volt power and up converts it to 120 volt. But it also includes inside the unit an automatic transfer switch, so it can tell, when you've gone from shore power to just using your house batteries, it knows to start kicking on, and if AC power draws start to come, it knows to just start using that through the inverter. And so you don't have to manually change over anything there. And then it also includes a converter charger, a new updated converter charger that will charge your batteries when you are connected to shore power. So it'll replace your onboard converter charger that comes with most campers. So it's really a fully equipped kit. You get kind of a lot in this kit that you need to get started. So as I said, you get 290 watt panels. We'll take a look at those. You get the inverter charger that I talked about. And again, that's kind of just fully amazing piece of tech. You get connection kits to get your inverter set up. So it includes wiring to wire from your battery bank to a fuse, and then into, in our case, into our inverter charger. So that gives you everything you need there. Also got another box of some other goodies. You can see my old wet cell batteries there. Took those out for the winter. And I won't be putting them back in because now we're going to be using lithium. So I'm really, really excited about this. Lithium provides a ton of benefits over wet cell batteries. So normal lead acid batteries, they come in a certain amp hour rating. So my batteries, for example, are rated for 100 amp hours, and I got 2 of them when I got the camper. But you can only safely discharge those batteries down by about 50% depth of charge before you start to damage those batteries. Okay, so 200 amp hours is, with 100 amp hour per battery, it's really only 100 amp hours. With this lithium battery from Gopower, however, it's got 250 amp hours, and with a lithium battery, you can bring that to a much deeper depth of discharge. So it's really a true 250 amp hours. Futurely here, jumping back into the video, one thing I wanted to correct is that the package that I have from Gopower, the Solar Elite Kit, does not include the battery. So it does include the 290 watt panels, the inverter charger, the connection kits to get everything all connected up together. But the battery is a separate purchase. So check that out at gpelectric.com if you want to take a look at some of their different battery offerings. So with all that said, let's take a look at what we've got in this package. Okay, in this package, we have 2 190 watt solar panels. So let's pop one out and see what we have here. This turns out to be tricky one-handed. All right. Beautiful. There we go. And if you're wondering why I'm in my gym, again, we're in Minnesota, so it's very cold. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. 190 watts of solar collecting glory. And here's the other beautiful panel. There we go. All right, panel number 2. Almost forgot. Make sure that you don't throw away your solar boxes, the boxes that the panels came in, when you take them out. You're going to need them again for install. So when you have the panels up on the roof and you're starting to get things wired in, they're going to start to be collecting energy from the sun. And so those panels will be literally hot. And so you're not going to want that electricity generation when you're trying to get things all connected in. So you'll hang on to your boxes and you'll slip them down the ends, and you'll be able to tape them onto the panels when you're doing your install so that they won't collect any energy. So save your panel boxes. Thank goodness.
Hi.
I have a helper.
Yeah.
And
Boxing and stuff.
that's right. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we start with this bad boy? Our 2,000 watt inverter charger. All right. So now I've got my 2 older kids here helping me. Maddie, say hi.
Hi.
And Joseph, you met earlier. All right. So let's open up this inverter charger and see what we got. Joseph, why don't you come on over? Okay. So we got that box opened up. Why don't you come on in here close and we'll see what we got.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got, this looks like the charger remote. So this is the console that you'll end up putting on the wall in your RV. Manuals, very important. Very important. And then,
oh yeah,
that looks good. So this is the cable that you'll use to connect from the inverter charger to the remote control. We've got some connections here. They're going to go on the side of the inverter charger. What's really neat about this one is it comes with a battery temperature sensor, so it'll optimize how it's charging your battery based on either whether it's hot or cold. All right, so maybe we'll edit this part out. This is heavy. So here it is.
Want to get this in the frame? Gopower.
All right, so this is our 2000 watt inverter charger. You'll see here that you've got these will be your DC connections. These will be your AC connections. So you'll have your input coming in from shore power, and then you're gonna have your AC output, which will go to your AC panel. So we'll get into that when we do install, when it gets warm and the snow melts. All right, so there's that. Manuals, important stuff. And this is this is that remote control. Why don't you come on closer in here, Maddie? Let's see here. Always helps to have a little pocket knife. Safety first, of course. Yeah, so that's the panel. You get a good shot of that. That's the panel that you'll put up on the wall, and you'll be able to turn off the inverter or turn it on and change different settings on the inverter inside your panel. So let's go next to this. So in here we'll have cable, really thick gauge cable to connect the battery to the inverter. Looks like this is our 300 amp fuse block, very large. It has a nice cover port. So that's kind of your kit there to help get the inverter set up. And then this box so in here we have, okay, there's your solar charge controller. So this is what we'll be connecting. You'll run these cables, your positive and negative cable from the solar panels, and there's a combiner switch in here as well, into this solar charge controller, which we will connect. We'll actually mount this inside the RV. So that's great that all of this stuff is included. There's some additional extension cables, these are called MC4 cables. And then manuals, mounting hardware, and these combiners are gonna kind of combine the cables from both of the panels. Okay, so we've got all those wires, solar charge controller, all out and set. Last, but not least, very much not least, is the brains of this whole, well, not the brains maybe, but the gas tank, if you will, of this whole thing, the lithium battery. There it is in all its glory. All right, there's some bolts that we'll use to connect to it. Woo. So, there it is. 250 amp hours of lithium glory. So you can see there's a lot in this kit. It's fantastic, and I'm really excited for it to warm up a little bit. It's about 20 degrees today, which is a warm up. That's in Fahrenheit, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty cold. The camper's out in the snow, and not going to be easy to do the install right now. So once it gets a little bit warmer, I'm really excited to get out and get this thing installed. So I'll try to capture as much of that as I can. If you're like me and you're excited waiting to do your solar install, I highly encourage you to check out Fate Unbound. They did a phenomenal job. I wouldn't even call it a solar install video. I would call it a solar install masterclass. So definitely encourage you to check that video out. I'll link to it down below. But yeah, we'll see you when it gets a little bit warmer and we can get outside and get this awesome kit put on. We'll see you in the next video.